How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and in this video I wanted to cover how to win more gunfights in Splitgate. I see a lot of new players jumping into this game, and whether you come from another game like Call of Duty or maybe it was Apex or anything like that, you might not have the gun skill down to keep up with the pace of this game, but don't worry, we're going to get you guys there. There's a couple small tips that you should be aware of just to make things a lot easier on yourself so you're not getting yourself killed for really stupid reasons. So we're going to go over these top 5 tips, starting with number 1 being head glitching on ramps, boxes, and posts. This is one thing I see a lot of people not doing, and they're kind of just jumping out into the middle, like let's say on Bravo here, the middle of the map, and just getting shot, their entire body is exposed, and they're getting hit and losing a lot of gunfights that they should not be losing. For anyone that doesn't know what a head glitch is, that basically means using an object in front of you to protect most of your body and only having your head exposed. So in this case right here, I'd be head glitching on this ramp and I'd be able to shoot straight across to somebody else. So for example, if they are not head glitching, they would be standing up here. If you see right where I'm standing here, of course, my entire body would be exposed. You could be shooting me in the legs, in the chest, in the head, basically anywhere. And the person I'm fighting against, if they are in fact head glitching, my target to try and hit is much smaller. In this case, if someone is like, let's say right here head glitching, I'd have to shoot straight through on this angle and potentially just be able to hit their head straight through here, right? If they're up above, makes it really easy for me. I want to try and keep myself protected, at least on the competitive maps where you could be head glitching. It's going to be on ramps like this, and we also have boxes like right here, right? You can head glitch right here. And in this situation here, since I am standing, if I want to, I can crouch down, right? Just keep my cover, peek out when I want to, try and get a kill, catch somebody running around the corner or somebody who's just maybe creeping around the far corner over here, right? Just keep myself protected. Tip number 2 is going to be crouching or strafing during a fight. Typically in Splitgate, you are going to want to use portals to the best of your ability while fighting somebody, but there's quite a few times where you'll find yourself right up against somebody straight face to face and you don't have time to get into a portal or set up some sort of flank, so you really just have to face them head on. Right in front of you, you don't know what to do, so it's like, okay, I have to try and strafe, I have to go back and forth and hopefully win this 50-50 gunfight. It's called a 50-50 because at this point, whoever gets out the first couple of shots is probably going to win that fight, unless somehow you absolutely beam them in the head. But we're talking more probability, especially with being caught off guard. So the first thing is, if you are in a gunfight, you don't want to just stand there and try and hit them in the head more times than they hit you in the head. Of course, that'd be wishful thinking for that to actually happen, but what you'd like to do, or what you should be doing, is strafing back and forth. I also want to mention as well that your strafe speed is affected if you are ADSing. If you're aiming down sight, you do strafe slightly slower, and also if you're crouching, you'll strafe a little bit slower as well. But of course, you're going to be losing a little bit of speed if you happen to be ADSing or crouching, but if you're ADSing, your aim should be a little bit better. If you're on mouse and keyboard or you're very comfortable using hip fire only, then this doesn't really apply too much, but at least as far as ADSing or not ADSing. But if you are crouching, you'd be surprised. On your opponent's screen, if you are crouching and moving around like this, it is very hard to land shots on you. They're going to be aiming low, trying to hit you in the head when you crouch. Then when you stand up straight, they're going to be shooting you in the chest, and you're going to be getting those damage multipliers affecting negatively for them. So when they are shooting you and they're aiming all over the place trying to follow your head and trying to actually track you, they're going to be missing a lot of their shots, or they're going to be getting shots that they're not actually trying to get, as far as hitting you in the chest, hitting you in the legs, and missing your head. If you happen to be crouching just as they shoot, they're going to shoot right over your head, and you can honestly literally dodge a bullet. So in that case, it can definitely help you win those 50-50 gunfights. Definitely not desirable. Like I would say, for the most part, you do want to try and set up some sort of portal game so you can get behind somebody, set up like a flank, get behind them and like shoot them in the back or catch them before they get a chance to turn around, something like that. But a lot of cases, especially with how fast-paced this game is, you really don't get a lot of those opportunities unless you play very slowly or you have incredible map awareness. So number 3 on the list is going to be pre-firing corners. This is something, surprisingly, I don't see anybody doing right now. I'm sure a lot of players are going to catch on. The development with this game is still fairly early on as far as gun meta and fighting or gun skill, besides using portals. But all it really is exactly what it sounds like. So if you're going to come around a corner, if you're anticipating that there might be somebody here, just fire a shot. You might get lucky, and you might catch somebody as they're coming around the corner, right? So you're not necessarily saying, I'm going to wait to see somebody, then react, and then shoot. You're saying, okay, there might be somebody there, and it's going to take a shot. So if they do happen to peek around the corner, I'll be able to catch them and just get that slight advantage as far as a couple milliseconds of advantage above their shots. Another thing as well is if you do have a very good headset or if you have your volume turned way up, of course you'll be able to hear footsteps of your opponent coming around a corner, whether they're sprinting or walking around the corner. If you yourself are ready for that, let's say you hear them and you're expecting them to come around the corner at a certain time, you just take that shot, and if you happen to land that hit, you'd be surprised how much of an advantage this can give you. Especially, let's say, for example, if you're coming around the corner with your carbine, you take a shot, you get a headshot, that's 40 damage right there off the rip, and they didn't even react. In some cases as well too, let's say right here, if I'm jumping around this corner, you'll notice coming down a ramp, there's no sound. If I'm not walking, there's no audio cues for them. So if they're coming around the corner, they couldn't hear me potentially until I'm, let's say, right here on the actual ramp or coming around the corner right here. So if they themselves are running or sprinting around the corner right here, you might actually hear them. And as soon as you do, you can lift off the ground for a sec. I wouldn't use the jetpack though. Just jump off the ground, come around the corner, pre-fire your shot, hopefully catch them off guard. Also, while we're on the topic of jumping, I definitely want to stress that this game is not like Call of Duty, where when you're going to get into a gunfight with somebody, you jump immediately as part of your mix-up to make somebody miss their shots. In my opinion, just based on playing this game for the little bit that I have, it's really backwards compared to how you feel in COD. So if you see someone, you don't just jump instantly. And the reason why is because once you jump, you really limit your mobility in the air. You can't really change directions in the air at all. Once you've committed to your jump, you kind of are just stuck. And since this game is so floaty as well, there's not that jarring movement where if you do happen to go off the ground, your opponent loses track of you. I find that if you happen to jump, let's say if there's someone right here and I jump like this, it just makes their life a lot easier. If I jump like this and if I start to fly, it just doesn't work the same in this game. So try to avoid jumping at the beginning of fights. If anything, you're much better off staying on the ground when you're going for when you're engaging in your gunfights, using your crouch. And at the very end of a fight, if you're about to die, that's probably the only time I would jump. Let's say if you're getting absolutely fried and you're also frying them too, you're getting down to around 30 or 20 health. If you just throw in a jump at the end, if they're aiming for all headshots and then you jump, they're going to get a chest shot on you, maybe even miss. And when you jump, of course, since you're going to be ready for that jump, you should be able to land your shots. You can take into account the fact that you're going to have to readjust your aim. And of course, you'll be ready for it. So you should be able to land your shots. But yes, just a quick takeaway, definitely make sure that you're jumping at the end of your gunfights if you are going to be jumping at all. Mostly try and stay on the ground. Number 4 on the list is going to be double challenging or double challenging. This is something, I'm not sure if they call it that in Splitgate, they definitely call it that in Call of Duty, but that's basically if somebody is chasing you around a corner. Let's say if I'm chasing somebody right here. So let's say I get a couple shots in them, they run away. As soon as they start to run away, if they were to double challenge me, right, in this situation here, I'll play as if I was the person being shot at. If I'm getting shot at, I'm going to run around the corner and then jump back around the corner, right? Jump back around the corner. And I'll say the reason why you want to jump here is because if I am, let's say my head height is about right here and somebody is chasing me, they're going to be chasing me around the corner, potentially aiming here or maybe aiming here, right? If I happen to be running, right? But if I go for a double chow, right? Let me get around the corner one more time. If I go for a double chow right here and I jump back, my head is all the way up here, right? And they're aiming down here. So they're completely going to be missing. Also, if they are running around the corner and chasing me, they're going to be in full sprint, right? And then as I come back around, I'm going to be breaking their camera. And what that means is getting way too close to them so they can't adjust their aim quick enough. The idea here is that if I jump around the corner and they are running around the corner, I'm going to be intersecting with them as they are roughly right here, right? So just imagine what that would look like if I'm chasing somebody and they double challenge me. Let's say I got a couple shots in right here, they run around the corner, and then they're right here, they jump. I gotta look up and do something like this to try and track them. The likelihood of being able to pull that off is not impossible if you're prepared for a double chow, but you catch a lot of people off guard doing this. So let's just say I get a couple shots in here, I run around the corner, they double challenge me, and by the time I've reacted, it might look something like this. So got a couple shots in, see them go for the double chow, I'm all over the place, I'm getting shot in the back, and I might be able to win this gunfight, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. But for the person here who is already low on health, if they run around this corner and then jump back like this, you know you're going to cross them up. It's a good chance you're going to be able to shoot them right in the back as well. If they're coming around the corner looking like this, and you're jumping over them going like this, right? Definitely keep this one in your back pocket. It's incredibly powerful to use, and you'll be winning a ton more gunfights, especially when you're being chased. I will admit, this is one of the strategies you're going to use mostly when someone has the jump on you. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to double challenge somebody like this, where I shoot at them, I know that they're there, and I'm just going to jump out into the open. That's not what you want to do. That is not a double chow. It is, I guess, by definition, but it's wrong. Don't do that. You want to take your shots here, keep your cover. If they come up and try and push up to you, like come around the corner, they're putting themselves in the open, right? You're right here, you have your cover, or you have over here as well. If they jump up on you, you have space to back up. You can be prepared for that. You're not the aggressor in this situation. So just be aware of the difference there. As the aggressor, double chowing, not going to be the move. Throwing yourself into the open, definitely not smart. Being chased and going for a cross up like this, that works all day. So just be aware of that. And now number 5, the last tip on the list is going to be switching guns during your gunfight. So let's say for example here, I'm in a gunfight. Let's say I'm in a gunfight with somebody right here, right? And I happen to get this kill. And by the time I get the kill, I have like, let's say 3 bullets left, right? If somebody wraps around the corner immediately, if I try and shoot them 3 times, then reload and then continue shooting, by the time that happens, I'm long dead. There's no chance I'm going to get those shots off in time. So what I want to do instead, let me just get my ammo back down. Let's say I'm fighting right here, run out of ammo. I'm going to switch guns and continue fighting just like that. That's going to be a little bit difficult. I'll admit for myself, it was kind of difficult to get this used to my muscle memory and just as far as thinking of it on the spot, say, okay, I'm about to run out of ammo or I am running out of ammo. I'm not even going to wait until I get to the point where I need to reload. I'll try and get down to maybe 1 or 2 bullets left and then switch. And this is in the situation where I know for a fact, if I land those 2 bullets, it's not going to kill. If I have somebody coming around the corner right here, let's say, for example, they're at 100 health and I have, I don't know, I got 10 bullets left. If I can nail 10 headshots, sure, then I guess so. But if I'm not ready, or let's say, for example, if I'm at like kind of 40, 50% health and I kind of have to run away, if I have time to run away, I'm going to switch guns, get another position, keep on shooting. I'll admit this is going to be one of the most advanced gunfight tactics you will use besides using portals, as far as just switching guns and continuing your rate of fire as much as you possibly can. All right, so we're going to jump into a game with some bots here. Just test out a couple of these strategies on the head glitch here. Guy's wide open. This guy's got punched in the face, bro. My team's a bunch of savages. Yo, what are they doing? What are they doing? Head glitching, head glitch. All right, so we got the head glitch on him. I'll admit, my team went crazy, bro. Just ran up and punched him in the face. He didn't even shoot. So there you go. There's the example of switching guns in the middle of a fight. Oh, switching off the wrong gun. Bruh. Imagine playing and talking. Couldn't be me. Still trying to get a double chow for you guys. I haven't really been run up on just yet, though. Trying to create a double chow is not easy, just for the sake of doing it, but I'm going to try anyways. Okay, there's a guy. There's one. That was one. Okay, and we got the win with that? Sure. But yeah, those are just a couple of examples of what some of the strategies might look like. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. Also doing it against bots. So you can imagine if these are effective against a computer player, how effective they would be against someone who is manually aiming and trying to track you. But yes, that's going to be it for the video. If you did find this information useful, please consider subscribing. This is the first video on the channel, and we're looking to put out a ton more educational content just like this. And once again, thanks for watching.